And hello and a pleasant good evening to you wherever you may be. It is game 2 of this 6-game series between the Indianapolis Indians and the St. Paul Saints. Hello everyone, alongside J.W. Cox, I'm Sean Aronson, coming to you live from CHS Field. And if you're the St. Paul Saints, you got off to a real hot start on the road in Louisville, 5-1, and you came in against a very formidable opponent last night, and they saw just how good Indianapolis can be.
Yeah, the offense for Indianapolis showed up. Bo Sulcer, a guy who they faced last year, he was punching out 5 different Saints hitters, so they had a few less at-bats to maybe work things out against their bullpen, going to start fresh again today.
If you're the St. Paul Saints tonight, I don't think you panic about what happened yesterday. I think you just go about your business of what you did in the first 6 games. There you see the standings. Again, we play 150 games, so you can look at those 7 and say, oh, that looks good, but there's 143 more if my math is correct. And there you see the Saints and Indianapolis tied atop. And so the winner today will be all alone in first place for whatever that's worth 8 games into the season. For Toby Gardenhire, well, look, the elements were what they were. Realized he needed to get some better pitching, and when he looks across the diamond at the team in the other dugout, he knows there are some big-time hitters in that dugout. Here's what Toby had to say. Don't make a big deal out of 6 games on the road, but Miranda came here yesterday, looked like he had some good swings. Talk about what you saw yesterday from him.
I mean, it was good. Yeah, like you said, he was swinging it good. That was kind of like what we saw a lot of last year, where he just he had good takes, and then when he was swinging, he wasn't missing pitches yesterday. He hit everything hard.
When the pitching's been good, it's been great, but when it's been a little bit off, guys seem to be nibbling and just missing the spots. Did you see that a little bit yesterday?
Yeah, I think it's early in the season, and it's cold. For one thing, pitchers have a tough time getting grip on the ball when it's cold, and sometimes they just don't have the feel, and that's what I saw kind of from Gossett yesterday. Is like, early in the season, still trying to kind of figure things out a little bit, and couldn't find his grip on anything, and so it looks like he's nibbling. I think he's trying to throw strikes, but it was a tough go for him yesterday for sure.
Talked about how deep your lineup is. These guys have a pretty deep lineup as well. What did you see from them, and especially that number 2 spot in O'Neal Cruz?
Yeah, I mean, it's impressive. Those guys, they do have a lot of bats. I know a lot. It's funny because I know a lot of those kids from over there because we played them a lot in the Florida State League, and I've seen Cruz quite a bit. He's a pretty impressive individual. I mean, he's a big guy, and he's got some serious thump, and he can do a lot of things. So that's a good group of kids that they have over there, and it's fun playing against them. It's good baseball.
We've talked about how deep this lineup is for the St. Paul Saints, and I'm going to try and draw a small comparison here. Let's not go crazy when I do this. If the big club has Byron Buxton and Carlos Correa at the top of the order, the Saints have their own 1-2 punch at the top in Miranda and Lewis. It's fun to watch those guys and what they can do in the top 2 spots in the order.
Yeah, night in, night out, when you look at AAA competition, they are going to be potentially the best 2 hitters in either of the lineups that you see. A lot of top prospects on the other side, too, so maybe it's not always the case against Indianapolis. But, yeah, you can go to battle with either of those 2 guys having a big day, having a big week, and both of them clicking at the same time is going to be an unstoppable offense.
Cole Sands goes for the Saints. He was masterful in his first outing. One of those top prospects is going to get an opportunity here today.
And you look at Sands, and he just went about the business and was super efficient to get to 5 innings in that first start. That's not something we really thought we were going to see in the first week at all. So we'll see how he can build on that and maybe go a little bit deeper and replicate what he did in Louisville.
Yeah, these guys will get stretched out a little bit more as each start goes on. Cold night here at CHS Field. Again, we've talked about the elements, and you heard Toby allude to it. Maybe tough to get a little bit of feel for that pitch out there. It's going to be colder tonight. It's going to be even colder tomorrow. Again, we've talked about the mind over matter, and that's going to be an important part for the Saints and for the Indians, for that matter.
And that's what happened. You saw it in the walk totals for the Saints pitchers yesterday. It didn't happen for Sulcer, so he was able to find that groove that he needed to get that control, get that feel of the baseball. We'll see if Sands can do it today, but that's going to be your big indicator. Do they find the zone? Are they nibbling? Or are they able to hit those spots early and often to keep that efficiency that we saw in start number 1 from him?
One last guy I want to touch on before we go to break. Jake Cave, who is on a 7-game hitting streak to start the season. He's really the leader of this club, guy that's been around for a while. I don't want to say as he goes, so does the team, because there are a lot of guys on this ball club that can get you there. But as far as the energy, he brings it.
Yeah, and in a different way, but you think a little bit back to Tomas Talis last year for this team, a guy who knows what it takes at this level, at the next level, and just goes out there and is a steady presence and does his job. And Cave can, maybe bring a little more excitement at times. Talis had all those walk-offs, but Cave with what he can do defensively and the speed, so we'll see. He's definitely a guy that the rest of this team can gel around and look to and draw from that energy and kind of that enthusiasm that you got to have, especially on a night like tonight.
Yeah, the Saints have definitely had it over the first week of this season. It's going to be exciting here tonight. Again, two very good teams, two very good offenses, and two very good starters going up against each other. Sit back, relax. We'll bring you game number 2 of this 6-game series. It's the Indians, the Saints from CHS Field, coming up on the Saints Broadcast Network. Welcome back into CHS Field as we get set for game number 2 of this 6-game series. Pretty much every series this year is going to be 6 games, save for 2. The last one of the season, the one right after the Major League All-Star break. And with that, let's give you the Minn Kota Windows starting lineup for the visiting Indianapolis Indians. Travis Swaggerty will lead it off. He's the designated hitter. Batting second is shortstop O'Neal Cruz. Rodolfo Castro bats third. He's at second. Batting fourth, the first baseman Mason Martin. Kanan Smith-Jigba will bat fifth. He's in left. Batting sixth, the left fielder Cal Mitchell. Hold your breath, because I'm going to announce a right-handed hitter now.
Whoa.
The third baseman Hunter Owen bats seventh. He's backed up by another right-handed hitter, Jason DeLay, the catcher. And batting ninth, the center fielder, G1 Bay. Kota Windows, Midwest built, Midwest tough, guaranteed for life. Didn't join us last night. Indianapolis rolled out 8 lefties and a switch hitter. They've got 6 lefties and a switch hitter in the lineup here tonight. Your Pizza Ranch starting pitcher. He was tremendous in start number 1. It is the righty, Cole Sands.
5 innings pitched, 1 hit, no runs, 7 strikeouts, did not walk a batter, and you talk about rolling through efficiently. 63 pitches, and it was 45 for strikes for Cole Sands over his 5 innings pitched. First year at AAA, last year at AA. 19 games, 18 of those starts, 80 in the 3rd innings pitched, struck out 96, went 4-2 with a 2.46 ERA for Wichita.
He retired the final 11 batters that he faced in that game on the 3rd game of the season. And let's give you the Bulldog defense for the Saints. Jose Miranda at first, Daniel Robertson at second, Jermaine Palacios at third, Royce Lewis at short, left to right in the outfield, Jake Cave, Mark Contreras, Kyle Garlick, Jose Godoy. Talk about him, gets his Saints debut, and Sands on the mound as the first pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Bulldog, your Lower Town sports bar before and after every Saints game. Travis Swaggerty, 6 out of 21. No homers and 3 RBI. Takes the fastball inside for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Infield shifted around to the right side. 3 on the right. Palacios, the lone man on the left side. Scott in the air down the left field line. Cave a long way to go towards the half wall. Slides and makes the grab. Jake Cave with the sliding grab right in front of the half wall. For out number 1, what a tremendous play.
Well, we know he can go get it in deeper parts of the park, but what makes this impressive is you're running out of room at this point. Makes the slide at the perfect time. We saw players tumble over that early last season. Cave knew where it was, made the play.
It's your 2 Men in a Truck instant replay. No matter where life takes you, 2 Men in a Truck will be there for your moving or junk removal needs. Call or visit 2men.com for a free quote. 2 Men in a Truck, the movers who care. First pitch was upstairs, second pitch missed. To O'Neal Cruz, 6 out of 20, no homers and 2 RBI. 6'7", 6'6", somewhere in that range, depending on what roster you want to look at over the course of his career. But no matter how you slice it, this is a big human being. And last night, a couple of hits, a double, a triple. Not only that, but a long stride at 6'7". 2 balls and 1 strike the count. Change speeds, missed it downstairs and low for ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike.
We saw that stride when he hit balls to both corners, both to the right field corner, 1 for a triple, 1 for a double.
Fouled the fastball back, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
He was able to get up and go, and he's going to force defenders and outfielders to make plays cleanly, or he'll be ready to take an extra base.
Cole Sands, by the way, 6'3", 215 pounds. 3-2 pitch. Bouncing ball over the mound. Right there, Royce Lewis behind the second base bag. Throws to first, and there are 2 away. So, very different start to this one compared to last night when Cruz roped a triple down the right field line. And here comes Rodolfo Castro, the switch hitter.
Well, that's what you would expect. You mentioned Sands closing that last outing strong. Use that word efficient a couple of different times. He's attacking these hitters.
Sands only 24 years of age. He'll turn 25 in July. And as JW mentioned, worked his way up through the system. First taste of AAA this year. Good slider, checked up. Now look at third, no swing, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Sands, the number 15 rated prospect by Baseball America, number 17 rated by MLB Pipeline. The 1-0. Fastball high and away, ball 2 balls, no strikes.
2 years into this, now looking at those ratings, have you developed a favorite, Baseball America versus the Pipeline?
No, because I said this last year as the fastball's upstairs. What is the old saying? The man with 2 clocks never knows the time. The man with 1 always knows. I mean, the more lists you have, the more you're like, well, I'm not even sure anymore. Is that one high and away? Because you would think that, like, across the board, you're within a few here and there, right? Like, one is, you know, in this case, 15, the other 17. You're like, okay, all right, so somewhere in that range, that's fine. But sometimes a guy's like 20th on one and not ranked on the other.
Right.
So, I don't know. I mean, if you're a player and you look at that stuff, if you do, you're going to go with whatever you're ranked higher on.
Absolutely.
But for me, I go with the scouting reports more that those both provide and try to find the common bonds between those. Although, again, scouting being what it is, 2 people could see very different things. As a fastball cut on a miss by Mason Martin. 8 out of 22. Homer and 5 RBI. So a long way of saying no, I have not developed a favorite.
Well, the other thing that goes into that is you can see the same thing and value it differently
Sure.
in a certain guy. And that might be the difference between those spots.
0-1 fastball. Darts on the inside corner at 94. No balls, 2 strikes.
That would hurt your hands a lot.
According to MLB Pipeline, fastball's his best pitch, rated at a 55 on the 20 to 80 scale, the 0-2. Slider swing and a miss. Down on strikes he goes. So strikes out 1, no runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left. We'll move to the bottom of the first. It's the Indians nothing, the Saints coming up. You're tuned into Saints Baseball on the Saints Broadcast Network. We go to the bottom of the first inning. The Indians get a walk in the first, but nothing else. And let's give you the Minn-Kota Windows starting lineup for the St. Paul Saints. Jose Miranda will lead it off at first base. Batting second, the shortstop Royce Lewis. Jake Cave bats third and left. Batting fourth, the right fielder Kyle Garlick. Mark Contreras bats fifth and center. Batting sixth, the second baseman Daniel Robertson. Derek Fisher bats seventh. He's the designated hitter. Batting eighth, the third baseman Jermaine Palacios. And Jose Godoy bats ninth. He is behind the plate, and they will face the right-hander Chase DeYoung. Go to Windows, Midwest built, Midwest tough, guaranteed for life. There he is, your Pizza Ranch starting pitcher, Chase DeYoung.
Guy the Saints saw here in this ballpark last year, but so far 1 start, 4 innings, 4 hits in their series to open the year against Omaha. 1 run, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts.
First pitch, and Miranda takes down the heart for a strike. 0-1, looking to score a home run with lunch or dinner. It's Pizza Ranch for the win. Visit a Twin Cities Pizza Ranch today. Jose Miranda, 7 for 28, a homer and 4 RBI. Slider ground to the left side towards the shortstop Cruz. He'll take his time, fires it across, and there's one away. And with that, let us give you the Bulldog defense behind Chase DeYoung. And here it is, Mason Martin over at first. At second, here's Rodolfo Castro and Hunter Owen at third, the shortstop O'Neal Cruz. Left to right in the outfield, Kenan Smith-Njigba, Ji-Wan Bay, Cal Mitchell, Jason DeLay behind the plate. DeYoung on the mound. And Bulldog, your Lowertown sports bar before and after every Saints game. First pitch swinging to Lewis, guy to right. Trotting on in is Mitchell. He'll make the catch, and quickly 2 down. It's been a very good Indianapolis pitching staff They are second in the International League in ERA, and during their 4-game winning streak, pitching staff has a 1.13 ERA. They have not allowed more than 2 earned runs in any of those 4 games during the winning streak. First pitch to Cave. Fastball down the pipe for a strike. 0-1. Jake Cave, 10 for 21, which now you can officially say he has a batting average. 476, no homers, 4 RBI. The 0-1. Fastball, a little outside and high for ball 1, 1 strike.
Officially, if you subscribe to the book of Sean and JW, where it takes 10 hits. Oh, no, it was the
we got it from
Pacers broadcaster. Boylan.
Mark Boylan, right? That's who it is?
Believe so.
Mark Boyle, right.
Boyle,
yep. He was the one that says in the NBA he waits until either 10 free throws made or 10 shots made before he starts giving the stats. And if an NBA guy says it, who are we to argue?
Good enough for us.
1 ball, 2 strikes, the count on Cave. Fouled off left side, out of play. And the count stays 1-2. Of course, as good as Cave has swung the bat, as good of an athlete as he is, he's not going to finish the season hitting 476 either, so.
That would be extreme.
It would be. Be a great story.
Oh, man. You
wouldn't
be
think,
here long enough to
no,
finish
I was
the
gonna say,
season.
You would think at some point, if he had those numbers, the Twins would be like, all right, well, we're sold. 1-2 pitch. Just missed upstairs. Speaking of, Alex Kirilloff was put on the 10-day injured list today, and Trevor Larnach went up to the big club, as did right-handed pitcher Derek Rodriguez. If you watched the Twins game today, he pitched out of the relief. 2-2. Slider down and away. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Of course, Griffin Jacks went up yesterday. Saints have not added anyone to the roster, but they've lost 3 guys over the last 2 days, which is okay. I mean, they had 33 guys on the roster. 28 at any one time can be active. 3-2 to Cave. Checked up, did not matter. Called strike 3. Cave didn't think so. Turned around, looked at the home plate umpire, but Takahito Matsuda's opinion's the only one that matters. 1, 2, 3 go the Saints. We go to the second, no score. You're tuned in to Saints Baseball on the Saints Broadcast Network. This copyrighted telecast and radio broadcast is presented by authority of the St. Paul Saints and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the St. Paul Saints. Top of the second, first pitch swinging by Kanan Smith-Njigba, pops it up third base side towards foul territory, and over there is Palacios to make the catch up against the netting. Extreme concentration on that ball right near the netting over there. To make sure that he didn't catch it off the netting. As your 2 men in a truck instant replay, watch this, and made the catch.
Kid in the front row, knows what he's doing, got out of the way. Called off.
Further down than I thought he was. I thought the netting went a little further. That's on me. I really did. Thought he was near the netting. He's about 20 feet away from it. If I was on radio, I would just let that slide. But on TV, I look bad. So I called myself out. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball down low for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cal Mitchell, 6 for 19, 2 homers, 6 RBI. That's the beauty of radio. You say whatever you want. Unless you're in the ballpark, you don't know. I make up half the stuff I say anyways.
You're giving away all our secrets.
You just don't know what half. That's the thing.
Right. That's true.
See?
Still keep guessing.
That's right. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count on the left-hand hitter. The 1-2. Tap foul. Count stays 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cole Sands is going to be the type of guy that will pepper the strike zone. 21 pitches. 12 for strikes right now. But he was extremely efficient in his first outing. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count on Mitchell. Slap the other way, foul out of play, and the count stays 1 ball and 2 strikes.
He was borne out in his walk numbers a season ago, 35 up against those 96 strikeouts and more than 80 innings pitched. Starting for Wichita.
1-2 pitch to Mitchell. Slider grounded towards first, right there. Miranda, he'll take it to the bag himself. And there are 2 away. And with that, let's give you the weather. They're freaking out in the truck. Let's give you the DoubleTree by Hilton St. Paul downtown umpires. And here they are. Takahito Matsuda calling balls and strikes. Austin Jones at first, John Bacon at third. And your warm chocolate chip cookie awaits you at the DoubleTree by Hilton St. Paul downtown. Well, we've gone 24 consecutive hitters from the left side of the plate for Indianapolis. This is the first righty of the series. Hunter Owen, 4 out of 10, took the slider outside. Now the fastball outside, 2 balls, no strikes. 18 at-bats yesterday from the left side. The first 5 today, that's 23. My math is horrible. Is that one fouled back?
You went with it, though.
I did, because I counted Owen as the 6th batter, which is... Oh, no, I'm right. There have been 6 batters. I was right. 4 in the first, 2 here. 18 and 6 is 24. Look at me. I'm on top of it. Is that one fouled off? 2 balls, 2 strikes. I'm off to a glowing start here. The net, math, correcting myself, but was really right. Oof.
As soon as we start doing math up here.
2-2 slider checked up. Did he go? They'll look at first. No swing. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Math, the final frontier.
I was pretty decent at math back in the day, 100 years ago. 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball, got him looking. Beautiful curveball dropped in there. And Owen frozen, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. So the first batter of the series from the right side goes down on strikes. 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of the second. No score. You're tuned in. Saints baseball on the Saints Broadcast Network. Well, we have set a new record here at CHS Field. 43 degrees. That is officially the coldest game in the AAA history of the Saints. I'm going to say the same thing tomorrow and probably the next day.
For sure.
If I have 5 minutes to myself tomorrow, I'm going to check back in 30-year franchise history. Also, it said 100% relative humidity. Does that mean it's going to rain? Or should be raining? Or like we're in Florida somewhere, or just the Amazon? That one on the outside corner for Australia. Like, is there anywhere that actually has 100% humidity?
It's an oppressive blanket of moisture.
For the latest local news and information, visit hometownsource.com to find out what's happening in your neighborhood. That's hometownsource.com, your #1 local news source. Now Garlick, the batter, bounces one towards third. Charging is Owen behind the third base bag. Throws on the run to get Garlick for out #1. Honestly, like, is there anywhere in the world that's 100%? It's got to be the Amazon.
Yeah, that would probably be the closest you would get. Yeah.
2-minute and truck instant replay. You can see nice play by Hunter Owen. That was a perfect strike. And that'll bring up Mark Contreras.
That was the sunniest moment we've had so far here at home. Right, coming back to start this inning. It's not a high bar, but there's some blue sky.
I don't think the sun exists in this state. As the breaking ball swing and a miss to Contreras. 7 out of 19, 2 homers, 7 RBI. We saw the sun, I think, on Monday. I think that was the last time we saw the sun. No balls and 1 strike to count on Contreras. 5-game hitting streak for him as he swings at the change and misses, and it's no balls, 2 strikes. We'll get there. Be patient. Just be patient. By the way, good wind blowing out to center field right now. You get the ball up in the air, and that thing's going to carry. The 0-2. There's a change down low for ball 1, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, if you sift through that wind data in Saints record history, if we've got any of that, we might break some of those records too. Biggest gusts during a game. Candlestick Park out here, maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow's going to be very interesting. The 1-2. Upstairs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Appreciate you went old school as opposed to just going Wrigley, which you could have easily gone in the Windy City. But
personal experience.
Yeah, anyone that ever saw Candlestick Park, and just the papers flying around in the outfield and the infield. 2-2 pitch went up the ladder, and Contreras half-hearted swing as he got fooled, and down on strikes he goes.
Well, you got a steady dose of changeups early in that at-bat, and then the last 2 pitches, the fastball. Contreras stayed alive because DeYoung missed with the first one. That one elevated. Like you said, he wasn't completely into that swing, but he was looking for that change again.
Here's Daniel Robertson, 5 for 17. Homer and 4 RBI. First pitch. In the air towards right field. Straight away, Mitchell's going to back up in front of the warning track. Camped under it, makes the catch, and that will end the inning. 6 up and 6 down. For DeYoung, we go to the third. No score. You're tuned in to Saints Baseball on the Saints Broadcast Network. This is spring, right? We're in the months of spring.
It's the only thing not to love about it. Sometimes it's a little slow in coming.
Jason DeLay leads it off, takes the slider for a strike, 0-1. DeLay 0 for 11 to start this season. The 0-1 fouled off to our right over the second level, out of play, in the count 0-2. It's the hardest thing when you start a season. You're trying to grab your first hit. You look at those stats, you see the 0 for, just trying to get that off as the curveball inside. Just able to make a defensive swing to foul it off right side.
Well, that goes every level, right? We were talking off air about Kike Rodriguez being mic'd up for that Sunday night baseball game, and he has started the season 0 for, and that was his joke.
Checked up, went around, down on strikes he goes. 1 down.
Was he going to go all season going 0 for, which obviously isn't the case, but when you're staring at it, jokingly or not, you start to think.
Now, we were on a plane, and I did not have the headphones that you can plug in, so I didn't hear it. Fastball outside 1-0. But fan of it or not a fan of it?
I was a fan of it. I think it can easily go the wrong way, like
Sure.
depending on the personality.
1-0. Swung through by Ji-Hwan Bae, who's 8 for 20, no homers, 2 RBI.
Well, there was buy-in from both sides of
Yeah.
it. I mean, obviously the broadcasters were into it, and Hernandez was too.
Fouled off left side, out of play. But you would figure that they're not going to choose someone that doesn't have a personality or that is not willing to do it.
Right.
What is surprising to me is that teams are allowing for that to happen in a regular season game, to have a guy mic'd up. As this one lined back up the middle off the glove of Sands, charging hard. Robertson, he throws to first, and not in time. Good job by Sands to slow that down, because that was destined for center field, and that'll be a base hit for Ji-Hwan Bae.
Well, that was actually my favorite part of it, was the fact that you got game action directly to center field as it was happening. And though I'm with you, I understand, and there could be concerns, and who knows, maybe certain teams won't want to do it, but that made it all the more fun.
Here's Swaggerty. He takes the fastball at the knees for a strike, 0-1. Flew out to left his first time up. Sands over on the first base side of the rubber. Just the second hit he's given up this season. He'll throw over to first. By the way, we've got 2 more games of the experimental throw over to first. As there you see the shift on. Shortstop Royce Lewis over on the second base side of the bag. Jermaine Palacios. Probably about 20 feet off that third base bag, as that one's outside for a ball, 1-1. Proud of yourself?
Yeah, I am. I did that.
That's right. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count. The pitch. Fastball cut on and foul tipped, 1-2.
Mainly proud because I missed like 3 shifts in the
That's
first
all right.
inning. I just wasn't even paying attention enough.
I had forgotten about the little shift button that we have there.
Graphic.
Yeah. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count. Change down and away. I mean, you only told me before the game, so, you know.
We do need several reminders.
2 balls, 2 strikes, count, no score, top of the third. Game 2 of this 6-game set. Indianapolis, St. Paul from CHS Field. Throw over to first, and getting back is Ji-Hwan Bae. Now, 2 days from now, what you just saw right there would be the second throw over to first. Again, it's not per pitch, it's per at bat. You got to strategically use them, and if you're Ji-Won Bae, then you realize, hey, I can take off in this situation. Swing and a miss, went up the ladder, down on strikes, goes Swaggerty. Again, there are no consequences now. If you throw over a third time, umpire will just sort of tell you, hey, a couple days from now, that's going to be a balk. Good high fastball. Strikeout number 4 for Sands.
Well, that is proof in the pudding right there of what we talked about with Cole Sands challenging hitters. That's a fastball that's in the zone, elevated just a little bit, but that's a strike if he doesn't swing, and he could not catch up to it.
So 2 away. Here's O'Neal Cruz, grounded to short his first time up, first pitch, and the breaking ball spun in there for a called strike. There's no balls, 1 strike. See if Bae takes off. He does. Pitch is inside. Throw down to second is in time. Beautiful scoop and tag by Royce Lewis. Short hop the throw and then just all in one motion. 2-6 on the caught stealing to end the inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, and nobody left on. Go to the bottom of the third. Watch it one more time. No score. You're tuned into Saints Baseball on the Saints Broadcast Network. SaintsBaseball.com, the online home for updated news, videos, player profiles, community appearances, and you can purchase your tickets online, plus learn more about the latest promotions, merchandise, and more. That is SaintsBaseball.com. Blankets, ski caps.
No socks, though. Interesting choice. Letting a little cold in,
Sometimes you got to let them breathe, right?
I guess.
Here's Derek Fisher, leads it off. First pitch swinging, skies towards center field, straight away, charging in a couple of feet is Bae to make the catch. That's 7 up, 7 down for DeYoung. And they'll bring up Jermaine Palacios. And immediately down the tunnel there, I would imagine to go check out some video would be my guess. That is something that I didn't really know about in terms of how much video these guys are watching. Talked to our video coordinator Lincoln about that. I was like, you get guys that come in during games to check it out. He's like, all the time they're coming in, they're looking at video, seeing what a pitch was, seeing how they put a swing on it, trying to make in-game adjustments as Palacios takes down and away for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to count. They tap right into the broadcast no matter where they're at as a fastball upstairs. So on the road, they tap into the home team TV broadcast. Here at home, they grab ours. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Palacios 5 for 19. No homers, 3 RBI. 1-1. And the change bounced in the dirt for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. It's a guy that a year ago hit a career-high 19 home runs at AA Wichita. He's always been talked about as a glove-first type of guy, but he showcased some pop a year ago. You do that here and play as good a defense as he does. 2-1. Breaking ball outside. The problem for some of these guys, there are like 4 shortstops on this roster. And each and every one of them knows that the guy that's going to play short a majority of the time is Royce Lewis. Fastball inside corner 3-2. Now, again, they've played in other positions, but like Palacios, for example, he opened the season at second base. He'd only played 21 games professionally at second base, primary position being shortstop. 3 balls, 2 strikes to count on Palacios. No score, bottom of the third, the payoff pitch. Inside with the fastball, ball 4, and the Saints have their first base runner of the night. So a first walk by DeYoung, and we'll get our first. I mean, it'd be close. Second start of the year, perhaps. So here is Godoy, 283, 7 homers, 56 RBI a year ago at AAA Tacoma. Also played 16 games in Seattle with the Mariners, .62, no homers, 3 RBI. And for those of you that do not know, Clayton Kershaw was simply perfect. 10.5 miles down the road today as a slider downstairs. 7 innings, 80 pitches, 13 strikeouts, and then was yanked after 7 innings. That will cause, well, I'm sure has caused quite the uproar on Sports Talk Radio tonight and tomorrow on if the Dodgers should have pulled him. Throw to first, and Palacios dives back ahead of the throw. Your thoughts?
You think Dave Roberts did it just to take some heat off the Lakers and their situations,
Yes,
give something else to talk about?
Exactly.
Well, I mean, you heard Kershaw after the game just say, well, we're just trying to win. We need to win. They didn't start the way they wanted to necessarily in Colorado, so all these games are precious, and they're hoping for a lot more innings out of him. I've made peace with that's where we are a long time ago in the game of baseball. So, yeah, probably would have been cool to see if he can finish something like that off. But we may be past that for the most part.
1-0 upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes. The way he made it sound was he was okay with the decision, and I don't want to say it had part to do with the decision, but you're Clayton Kershaw. I would imagine you would get the choice of going back out there or not. 2-0 pitch. Upstairs, cut on a miss, 2-1. And I mean, Dave Roberts has been around that club long enough and has a good enough relationship with Kershaw. And the game plan going in was 75, 80 pitches. And again, first start of the year, 34-degree temperature at game time or whatever it was. Throw to first, and Palacios just dives back ahead of the throw. Coming off of I mean, you got to remember, he missed the playoffs last year. He did not pitch in the playoffs last year with elbow issues. Didn't have surgery in the offseason. Had, I believe, the platelet-rich injection. Good change, swing and a miss, 2-2. And so they weren't going to go out in game number 1. Also a guy that's had back problems in the past. Again, cold day. So you can understand it, but I think it was Jeff Passan that wrote, like, I understand it, but there's been, I think it's 23 perfect games. Throw to first, and Palacios dives back safely. 23 perfect games in the history of Major League Baseball. He said, if it was a no-hitter, fine, but perfect game, like, let the guy go out there, and then if he gives up 1 base runner, and I understand, being a baseball fan, you want to see history. I want to see history, too, the 2-2. Fastball high and away, 3-2.
All of that does combine to kind of tug at you a little bit, the baseball history of it all. And just knowing that there have been so few, he's a guy that could definitely get it done. And then you throw in the 80 pitches. It's not like we're talking he was pushing 95. So you would think potentially they would let it roll.
3-2 runner goes. Godoy swings and misses. The throw down to second is high. The tag in time. And it's a strike him out, throw him out, double play. 2-6 on the caught stealing. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. We'll go to the 4th. No score. You're tuned into Saints Baseball on the Saints Broadcast Network. We are through 3. No score. Saints with just 1 base runner, courtesy of a walk. They have not recorded a hit. Indianapolis has 1 hit. That came from G1 Bay off the glove of Cole Sands. And that's really been all. Grounds crew out there tending to the field. I've been told, not by anyone on the grounds crew, but I've been told by someone in the front office staff that the tarp will be put on the field after every single game of this series so as the grass does not freeze.
Okay.
So it's going to get so cold in the night, and then you get the condensation, and they will try to do their best from A, having the ground freeze, and B, if it does that, playing on such a hard surface that you might not be able to play. So the rumor is tarp will go on the field every single night. As a slider on the outside corner, O'Neal Cruz, no balls and 1 strike, and the 0-1 pitch. Fastball low, 1-1. This game's scoreless in the 4th inning. Man who always covers up at the end of the night. Here's J.W. Cox.
1-1. It's foul back. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. I'd just rather have it be a little chilly in the room so you can use the blanket than hot.
Fan person or no fan person?
Sound. Like, I don't necessarily do it like
Okay.
the sound of it.
That's fair.
1-2. Upstairs is 2 balls and 2 strikes. As the parent of young children, sometimes you get too much sound that you're not planning on, and that keeps you up. 2-2. Grounded towards the middle. Chance for Lewis. Couple of steps to his glove side, over towards the left behind the second base bag, and he fires over to first in time. Couple of nice plays on O'Neal Cruz. Couple of nice plays behind the bag for Lewis, and there's one down.
Yeah, they've shifted perfectly here tonight for O'Neal Cruz, and Cole Sands has made the pitches to have him hit it on the ground, keeping Lewis busy. You see the 2-minute and truck instant replay. Lewis to Miranda.
High fly ball on the first pitch. That's into the wind and out of the ballpark on the first pitch. And a 1-0 lead for Indianapolis. Rodolfo Castro, his first home run of the season, playing in all 7 games to this point. And he crushed that one, no doubt about it, out to right. It's 1-0.
Well, sometimes you make a mistake to a good hitter, and Rodolfo Castro did not miss that one. And so Cole Sands gives up his first run of the season. There you see, just middle half in, a little bit above the belt. Castro, a strong guy, wasn't going to miss that one.
See the miles per hour on that, but it seemed like that was just a changeup that didn't have a lot to it there. Just kind of hung in there.
Sometimes they just lay a little bit flat there, and again, that just a tick above the belt. Good power zone for Castro.
First pitch swinging, Mason Martin comes up empty. No balls and 1 strike.
And if you're Cole Sands, sort of brush that one off again. You're not going to go all season without giving up a run. And now on a towering fly ball onto the OMF building over the Spire home run porch there.
The 0-1 pitch. This one's hit high out towards shallow left center field. Long run going out there for Robertson. It'll be the left fielder Cave who calls everybody off, takes command, makes the catch. That's a bit of a Bermuda Triangle out there, but Cave the speed to get there, make the play running to the infield. There's 2 down.
Yeah, he covers a lot of ground out there. Cave has good speed, good instincts, as you saw in the first play of the ball game on that foul out down the left field line. But you're right, this could have been a lot of trouble, but Cave took control. Made a nice running catch.
All the fielders converging out there as the first pitch is a fastball that missed down low. The number 5 hitter, Kanan Smith in Jigba, flew out in his first at bat, popped out. Nice play made over there by Palacios near the railing 2. The 1-0 is in there for a strike. It's 1-1. 1 on 2 hits now for Indianapolis. No runs, nothing across for the Saints. Just the 1 base runner on the walk as the 1-1 pitch is flared foul left side. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Well, as well as Indianapolis has pitched during their 4-game winning streak and through the first, 8 innings of this one.
1-2, that's off to our left, just sneaks over the roof, stays 1-2.
You almost get the sense that runs might be tough to come by in this game altogether. And for Indianapolis to grab the first one could be vitally important.
1-2, slap foul off the hands just to the end of the dugout. 3 straight fastballs here from Cole Sands trying to finish off Martin. Excuse me, Kanan Smith in Jigba. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs, base is empty. The 1-2 again. Breaking ball in there for his strike, and he goes off speed to get it done. Strikeout number 5 for Cole Sands here in his second start. Through 4, he's allowed 1 on the solo home run, just 2 hits. Saints, though, find themselves in the 1-0 hole after 3.5. It's the Saints Broadcast Network. To the bottom of the 4th inning we go. Saints down 1-0. The defense getting it done early. Jake Cave avoiding the collision with the wall. Same thing for Jermaine Palacios, the 3rd baseman. Foul territory for a couple of big outs for Cole Sands. He took care of a few more on his own. 5 strikeouts through his first 4 innings for Cole Sands here in start number 2. Looking pretty good. That one, though, he hung. And not much debate if that one was going to get out, as Rodolfo Castro has his first home run of the season to give the Indians a 1-0 lead. Chase DeYoung is yet to give up a hit to the Saints. Now we do have some honest-to-goodness sun splashed out just beyond the ballpark. A little bit on the Treasure Island berm, the Copacabana lawn out there. as Jose Miranda digs in to start the bottom of the 4th inning. First pitch from DeYoung down in the dirt, blocked by the catcher Delay, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Second at bat for Miranda. So the 1 walk was erased on the strike him out, throw him out double play that ended the last inning. So the minimum faced thus far for DeYoung, the 1-0. Slapped up the middle, off the glove of DeYoung. Karams over to second. Castro up with it over to first in time. And there's 1 away. So the old 1-4-3 put out. Retires Miranda on a couple of pitches. And there's 1 down. Coming back this summer, the Saints and your kids. The Saints baseball camps this season coming up in July for the first baseball camps. Saints players and coaches join them here at CHS Field. Boys and girls ages 6 to 13 learn the fundamentals while having fun. July 12th, 13th, and 14th. Visit saintsbaseball.com to register. Royce Lewis stands in for his second at bat. Flew out to right field first time. 6 for 23 to start the season, 0 for 2 yesterday. Took a tough over there with those 2 at-bats only. The rain-shortened final, the 0-1 big hack at a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. It's no balls and 2 strikes. Jake Cave to follow. First guy to 10 hits in this Saints lineup. See if he's working with someone on with Lewis trying to spark it. The 0-2 down in the dirt, blocked by Delay. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. The off-speed from DeYoung. 28-year-old out of Long Beach. Last year we mentioned early in the season came through St. Paul with the Indians. 6-inning start held him to just 4 hits here at CHS. The 1-2. Missed just inside. Delay held it an extra second on the 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Did not get the call. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. DeYoung winds and fires on the 2-2. Lewis watches it low and away. So from 0-2 to a full count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. The last 2 just missing. That start DeYoung made was his last at AAA a season ago here in St. Paul's. The 3-2 is skied, shallow right center field. Castro making the call and the catch. 3 steps out on the outfield grass, and he puts it away for out number 2. Base is empty for the lefty Jake Cave. His next start would be at home in Pittsburgh against the Rockies, where DeYoung, just 3 hits over 5, gave up a single run. Struck out 5 Rockies. The month of June, less kind, gave up 17 runs over his next 5 starts. 10 more runs over 3 starts in July for the Pirates. First pitch to Cave, left-handed hitter who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout, missed down and in. The 1-0. Missed low again. It's 2 balls and no strikes. DeYoung, following those starts in July, ended up with a left knee issue. Landed him on the 60-day injured list. The 2-0. Flat foul left side. 2 balls and a strike. Became a free agent in the offseason, elected to re-sign with the Pirates. Got an invite to spring training, and now he's back here trying to do the same thing he did a year ago, and that's pitch well enough to get that call up to the big club in Pittsburgh again. 2-1 pitch missed inside. It's 3 balls and a strike. Jake Cave, 29-year-old left-handed hitter. 1 for 2 yesterday. 3-1 outside, ball 4, and he works the walk. He has now walked more times than he has struck out so far across his first 6 games, now into his 7th with the Saints. 6th walk to go up against 5 strikeouts for Cave. Keeps it alive for Kyle Garlick. 3 for his first 10, went 0 for 2 yesterday. Digs into that right-handed batter's box. Former 28th round pick of the Dodgers back in 2015. First pitch to him is in there for a strike. Fastball from DeYoung. He's gone first pitch fastball throughout this inning. Started with the Miranda ground out. Lewis popped out to shallow right center. Cave worked the walk to keep it alive. 0-1 pitch. In there for a strike. Breaking ball. It's no balls and 2 strikes. "30 years old. Garlick, the oldest Saint in the lineup tonight." The 0-2. High pop, left side, headed towards foul territory. That's going to drift away and out of play. Made it all the way to the roof of the press box. When that left the bat, I was thinking play in foul territory. I was absolutely wrong. Screamed its way over the top of the press box here. It's no balls and 2 strikes on Garlick. Wind continues to blow out as it has all night. Yesterday in, today out. Interesting weather week to open up at home. The 0-2 pitch is swung on and missed, and Garlick goes down on strike. Strikeout number 4 for Chase DeYoung, and he continues to go hitless through 4. Saints held hitless, just 2 base runners, and they trail at 1-0 after 4. This is Saints Baseball on the Saints Broadcast Network. 1-0 Indians after 4. They've got the only 2 hits of the game, 1 left the ballpark. Saints have played some good defense behind Cole Sands. Folks came out bundled up and ready. Sands will face Cal Mitchell. Lead things off in the top of the 5th inning. Sands went 5 at his first start. Pitch number 58 as this one's grounded on the right side. Right there, Daniel Robertson. Half step to his left, gloves and over to first in time. Mitchell's been retired twice, both on the right side of the infield. 4-3 put out there. One down for Hunter Owen, who's 0 for 1 with his strikeout. Robertson playing back-to-back games at second base. So he'll trot his way over towards the second base bag. Not truly the shift all the way to the other side, but just about as extreme as we've seen the Saints do. Dropping Lewis and today Palacios deep towards the line on that left side. Moving over for a right-handed hitter. You can see that there. A few steps over that time for Robertson. 2 strikes funneled right in there by Cole Sands to get ahead of Hunter Owen quickly. Struck out looking at his first at bat in the second. 0-2. Missed in the dirt. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Delay to follow. Sands, the right-hander, kicks and delivers as that one's laced out towards the gap in left center field to get down for a base hit. Cave over to cut it off. He does. Runner stops, holding with a big turnaround first. Cave got it in there quickly, holding Owen to a single. His 5th hit of the season. And just the 3rd hit allowed from Cole Sands. That one asked for down by Godoy, the catcher. Didn't quite get down. Right-hander slaps it out to left center. First pitch swung on and fouled back to the screen by Jason DeLay. Catcher struck out looking, one of 5 strikeouts for Sands here in this second start. Punched out 7 on the road at Louisville first time around. 0-1, throw over instead. Owens back in, has not attempted a stolen base. Caught stealing by Godoy of Jiwan Bay back in the 3rd. First time the Indians runner has been caught trying to swipe second, trying to swipe any base. They had been 9 of 9. This one grounded towards the middle, right to Sands. He'll go to second for 1. Throw over to first is in time, and it's a 1-4-3 double play. Nifty to get out of the inning for Cole Sands. Go to the bottom half of the 5th. Saints looking to break out the bats. Down 1-0. Hitless on the day against Chase DeYoung. It's Saints Baseball on the Saints Broadcast Network. 1-0 Saints trail after 4.5. Join Adam Thielen, his teammates, and local celebrities for the Thielen Foundation charity softball game on Tuesday, May 31st. Home run derby, in-game giveaways, a silent auction, raffle, and merchandise. Just some of the things we got planned for this family-friendly event. Proceeds raised will benefit the foundation mission to serve, educate, and inspire underserved youth to reach their full potential. Buy your tickets at chsfield.com right here at CHS Field on the 31st of May. Mark Contreras to lead things off in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Chase DeYoung's first pitch. Fastball inside corner for a strike. Daniel Robertson and Derek Fisher to follow. Second at bats for each. All have gone 0 for so far. Just 2 base runners, both via the walk against DeYoung. 0-1, too far inside. It's 1 ball, 1 strike down at the feet of Contreras. Second year as a Saint. The Moreno Valley, California product by way of UC Riverside, a 2017 9th round draft pick. First pick of that 9th round, the 1-1. Slap back foul, the fastball again. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Struck out in his first at bat. DeYoung got ahead of him there. At 0-2, Contreras battled back to a 2-2 count, trying to do the same thing here from 1-2. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. That one buried in the dirt. Contreras couldn't hold up. Throw over to first in time as DeLay had to pick it up. Finish the out to Mason Martin at first. Strikeout goes 2-3, and there's 1 down. Comes Daniel Robertson 0 for 1. 28-year-old, first hit affiliated baseball in 2012, drafted compensation round by Oakland. First pitch to him, sent out towards center field, shallow center field, dropping quickly. Bay coming in, but the second baseman, Castro, going out, will make the play. Hung up enough for Castro to set up underneath it in shallow center field. There's 2 down quickly. 5 pitches here, 16 pitches last inning for DeYoung, an 8-pitch second inning. He's still shy of 55 pitches in this game. Still is yet to give up a hit. Faces the lefty Derek Fisher, who's 0 for 1. First game of the series for Fisher. Takes the first pitch fastball upstairs. It's 1 ball and no strikes. The University of Virginia. Former draft pick of Houston Astros in 2014, the 1-0. In there for a strike, trying to hit that outside corner to the lefty. Second pitch did. At 93 for DeYoung, and he's back in the count. The 1-1. Ground ball right side, perfectly played. Shallow right field for Castro, busy in the inning. Fields it over to first in time, and an efficient 5th inning for Chase DeYoung. Those 7 pitches to get it done, and DeYoung is hitless through 5. 1-0 Saints trail going to the 6th. This is Saints baseball on the Saints Broadcast Network. Hitless for the Saints through 5. They trail at 1-0. If you're looking for a fun and unique venue for your next meeting or social event, the Securian Financial Club at CHS Field provides a one-of-a-kind event venue for work and play with a variety of seating options available. Gorgeous built-in barn, floor-to-ceiling windows, along with access to the outdoor patio. Call 763-703-5216. Speak to Grace today. Giovanni Moran will relieve Cole Sands after 5 innings of 1-run ball, 3 hits for Sands. 1 left the ballpark for the lone run he allowed. Just over 60 pitches in the outing. 5 strikeouts, 1 walk for Cole Sands. And he gives way to Moran. 3rd appearance for Giovanni Moran. The ERA stands at 9. He's given up 2 runs over 2 innings. 3 walks, 3 strikeouts for the left-hander. First batter he will face, the number 9 hitter, Ji-Hwan Bae. From the left side, so lefty on lefty. Moran delivers first pitch fastball that was slapped back to the screen. It's no balls and 1 strike. Fastball, slider, changeup in the arsenal, but the changeup best graded and the one that will be the difference maker for him getting to the next level and being effective continually at that level. As the 0-1 pitch is taken for a strike, it's no balls and 2 strikes. Bay singled in his first at bat, was caught stealing. Back in the 3rd inning, 0-2, swing and a miss. That was a fastball down in the zone from Moran. So he is pumping that fastball early to Ji-Hwan Bae and gets his first strikeout. His 4th of the season here in his 3rd outing. He's given up a run in each. 2-minute truck replay. You see the location. Big for Bae. Tough for him to get. Big for Moran. Well-placed fastball down in the zone. First pitch too far down. Leadoff hitter Travis Swaggerty is 0 for 2. Flat and a strikeout. 2 hits, 2 walks in his opening foray this season for Moran at Louisville. Delivers the 1-0 pitch upstairs, over through the fastball. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Produced a run, 3 hits, and an inning and a 3rd, along with a walk in his first 3 strikeouts. The 2nd time out against the Bats. 2-0. Too far inside, 3 balls and no strikes. Slider that time. Lefty Moran sets for the 3-0 pitch, taking all the way, and Swaggerty watched it too far inside. And so Moran issues a walk. 1 out here in the 6th, and the Saints trailing at 1-0. St. Paul in the bottom half will still be looking for their first hit of the game. So Moran going to keep his streak alive of walks in every outing so far. 2 in his first, 1 in his second, and now 1 here as he missed outside to the number 2 hitter, the very dangerous O'Neal Cruz. Grounded out twice up the middle to the shortstop Royce Lewis. Right now still just to the shortstop side of the bag. Cruz 2 extra base hits yesterday. 3 on the season in his 6 prior games played. The 1-0. That hits the outside corner. 2 balls and no strikes. Moran looks over at Swaggerty at first, delivers the pitch at the knees. Fastball called a strike. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swaggerty swiped the only base he's attempted so far this season. 1 for 1. Moran's come back after falling behind Cruz. The 1-1 pitch, 1-2 pitch rather. Strike 3 called, and he got him on 3 straight after falling behind and issuing the walk to the prior batter. Vladdy Moran has his 2nd strikeout in the inning. 2 down for Rodolfo Castro. That one just painted. Maybe a little help from Godoy to bring that one up just a shade. Crossed that front knee certainly, and then absolutely dove down the back end of the box. Downward movement there. That one too much downward movement. Skips in front of the plate. Godoy hops to it, but not in time to keep Swaggerty at first. He broke on the pitch. Or broke when he saw it hit the dirt, rather. So it'll be a wild pitch to advance down to 2nd for Swaggerty. Good read. Got just far enough up the first base line. Godoy could not make a play. 15 games for the Saints last year for Moran. Struck out 45 in 29 2/3 innings. Issued just 18 walks. The 1-0 outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Did get his big league call up for 5 games. 8 innings, 10 strikeouts. Gave up 7 runs and walked 7. At the big league level a season ago. 2-0 grounded foul right into the dugout down the steps of Indianapolis. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. So he had that journey, did Moran, across the 3 levels in 2021. Started in Wichita, 20 appearances, a sparkling 191 ERA. 64 strikeouts in less than 40 innings pitched at Double-A. 2-1. Popped up right side and foul. Out of play. It'll be 2-2. 2 outs, runner at second, 1-0. Saints trailing here, being held hitless so far. Minor league numbers last year all told 67 and a third innings, 109 strikeouts between the 2 stops for Moran. Listed this year as the number 25 prospect by MLB Pipeline, the 2-2. At the knees, strike 3 called, punches out 3 in the inning, including the last 2 hitters following the walk, and he'll keep it at 1-0. Giovanni Moran lost the zone to Swaggerty for 4 pitches, but he was locked in on the other 3 hitters, has 3 strikeouts. And we go 1-0. Saints coming back up to the bottom of the 6th on the Saints Broadcast Network. Securian Financial understands the value of being there for the moments that matter, and not just in baseball. They offer insurance, investment, and retirement solutions to give you the confidence to enjoy the here and now, so you make every moment count. Coming out to the game today, you not only are hearty, but you're making your moments count, right? One of the hearty few. Saw families out there braving the cold. Earlier start time, you can still get to bed, get to school, do what you need to do. Right now, watching Chase DeYoung shut out the Saints. 1-0. Indians have the lead to the bottom of the 6th. Saints are hitless as DeYoung faces Jermaine Palacios for the 2nd time. He walked Palacios, one of 2 base runners in this game for the Saints, both via the walk, the 1-0. Breaking ball missed inside. It's 2 balls and no strikes. So Palacios in the 8th spot, then Godoy, the number 9 hitter, and back to Jose Miranda. 2-0. Started to check, did Palacios. Took upstairs on the fastball. It's 3 balls and no strikes. DeYoung walked 2 in his first outing. He's walked 2 so far today. He's already bettered himself by an inning, going through 5 in this one. Gets the strike on the 3-0. It's 3-1. The wind, my eyes deceive me. It's still blowing out. My eyes were deceiving me. Flag's pretty stiffly out towards straightaway centers. The 3-1 is in there for a strike. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Palacios trying to start off the bottom of the 6th to become the tying run. Swings and misses, and DeYoung comes back with 3 straight fastballs, 2 that hit the zone. That one out and away. Palacios comes up empty. That is strikeout number 6. Chase DeYoung matching what he did in his first start against Omaha. And it was fastball, fastball, fastball once he fell down in the count. That one just moved it off the plate a shade. It got Palacios to chase. 1 down. Here's Godoy. Ground ball right side. Perfectly shifted in shallow right field. Again is Castro, but he bobbled it for a moment. Recovered in time to first. And Godoy is retired. So it was perfectly placed, not perfectly handled. But still turns into an out. Just slipped right up the heel, and a little further back, the way Castro went after that became awkward. He had to pick it up off the dirt between his legs. Off the deck, rather. He was out on the grass. See what Miranda can do with 2 outs and the base is empty. First pitch takes a strike. Outside corner has been open here in this inning, and Miranda quizzical back to Taka Matsuda, the home plate umpire. The 0-1. Breaking ball. That's in the heart of the plate for a strike. It's no balls and 2 strikes. That's going to put Miranda behind the 8 ball every time. If you get a pitch just on the outer black that he thinks is just off, he's not going to chase out there on a first pitch. If you get too much of the plate on a first pitch fastball, he will swing. Now he's down to the count, no balls and 2 strikes. That one's well outside. It's 1-2. So far, that approach is proven to be effective for Jose Miranda. Doesn't shy away from swinging early in counts. He's not up there looking to stay in the box a long time if he gets a pitch somewhere that he can drive. That one, it fooled him, was looking for the off speed, got the fastball, could not hold up. And he goes down swinging, and it's 7 strikeouts, a new season high for Chase DeYoung, and he goes hitless through 6. Saints after 6, trailing it 1-0. It's the Saints Broadcast Network. Saints getting no hit through 6, 1-0. They trail the Indians. Stop, collaborate, listen. The I Love the 90s tour will be coming to CHS Field on Friday, June the 3rd with legendary artist Vanilla Ice, obviously. Tone Lock, Rob Bass, Young MC, and Color Be Bad. VIP packages available that include meet and greets with all of your favorite artists. Head over to chsfield.com for more information and to purchase tickets. 1-0, Saints trailing, going to the top of the 7th. A guy that it's tougher to get a meet and greet with than Vanilla Ice. Back in the booth, Sean Aronson.
I'm going to take my tour on the road as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to Toledo next week.
I love the baseball tour.
Jordan Gore making his 2nd appearance of the season for the St. Paul Saints.
First one extended, 2 innings at Louisville, 4 runs allowed, a home run, hit a batter, walked a batter, and struck out 2. He took the loss as well, the lone loss in that series.
Yeah, gave up the 3-run home run to Ronnie Dawson. Proved to be the difference in that 3rd ball game of the season. Mason Martin will lead it off. Left-hander 0 for 2. First pitch. Bottom drops out of that. Swung on and missed, and it's no balls and 1 strike. Giovanni Moran, 1 hitless inning, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. There's a total of 3 hits up on the board right now. And all 3 by the visitors. No balls, 1 strike, the count. Martin, Smith, Njigba, and Mitchell. The 3 batters in the inning is the breaking ball in the outside corner for a strike. And it's no balls, 2 strikes.
Quite the Giovanni Moran inning there. Completely lost the zone to 1 hitter, then looked dominant against the other 3.
Yeah, and that's sort of been his MO. Again, that changeup is so good. The 0-2 pitch, but he's had a little bit of control issues. As that one down and in ball 1, 1 ball, 2 strikes that they really want him to iron out, which would make him very formidable at the big league level. And his changeup is considered a plus pitch. It is a major league pitch. I guess in an ideal world, they'd like to see the fastball a tick or 2 higher, but this one fouled back over our heads. Count stays 1-2.
And right, not because it can't be effective where it is right now, but it just gives even more separation with the changeup, right? I mean, that's what they've got to look for. The miles per hour they want to see. That makes the changeup all the more effective if he can tick that fastball up just a shade.
1 ball, 2 strikes, the count. On Mason Martin. Or the high set, the 1-2. Ground ball over the mound to the right side. Royce Lewis over there. Shortstop from the second base position. 6-3 on the putout. And there is 1 away for Kenan Smith-Njigba. He is 0 for 2. Well, down the road today, the other side of the river, was the parent club, the Minnesota Twins, that had a perfect game against them through 7 innings. They had nothing. Of course, the big story was Clayton Kershaw was pulled from that game after 13 strikeouts and 80 pitches. They finally got a hit with 1 out in the 8th inning, got a base runner, which was a base hit from Gary Sanchez. Now, it turned out to be the lone base runner of the game for the Twins. Well, their AAA club right here in St. Paul being no hit through 6 innings. Fastball up in the zone, cut on and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. Saints, though, find themselves in this ball game down 1-0. That game got away from the Twins a little bit. The Dodgers hit back-to-back-to-back home runs from the bottom 3 guys in the order. Took a 3-0 game, made it 6-0 as the off-speed in there for a strike. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Saints have been notably achieved in their short tenure as a AAA franchise. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Change upstairs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yep, notably achieved. If you're not familiar with what that phrase is, that is a Major League Baseball phrase. They came up with that after Madison Bumgarner threw a 7-inning no-hitter last year. Major League Baseball said that's not a no-hitter. It's a notable achievement, not a no-hitter. 2-2. Grounded past the mound. Right side, second baseman Robertson fields it in front of him and throws on the move for out number 2. That'll bring up Cal Mitchell, who is 0 for 2. Grounded to first and grounded to second. Stop by or call the Saints box office to pick up your tickets for all Saints home games. Box office open 9 to 6 Monday through Friday, 10 to 2 on Saturday. Can be reached 651-644-6659 for tickets anytime. Visit saintsbaseball.com. Saints baseball, 30 seasons of fun. Yep, 30th season right here. Here's Cal Mitchell. Fastball cut on and missed at 96 miles an hour. 2 balls, 1 strike. Jordan Gore, former position player that the Twins turned into a pitcher. It's really only his 2nd year of pitching. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Good slider, swung on and foul. Tipped, it's 0-2. And yet, already here at the AAA level, numbers quite impressive a season ago. Got a taste of what AAA was like in that 2-inning performance in Louisville when he gave up the 3-run home run. But again, his stuff is good. It is up there. The Twins keeping a close eye on this right-handed reliever. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count on Mitchell. Tapped in front of the plate, but that's going to stay foul as Godoy waited for it to come to a stop and then stared at it for a second or two just to make sure that it was fully stopped. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count on Cal Mitchell. 1-0. A solo home run by Rodolfo Castro. The difference in this ball game. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Gore ready and deals. Off speed, tap foul behind the first base coach's box. Count stays 0-2. Tomorrow night, 6:37 start time. Mario Sanchez will go for the Saints tomorrow. I believe that was supposed to be Derek Rodriguez's spot in the rotation, but he, of course, went up to the big leagues and pitched in today's game. He was the guy that gave up back-to-back-to-back home runs to the Dodgers. No balls, 2 strikes to count on Mitchell. Hit sharply through the left side for a base hit. 4th hit of the ball game for Indianapolis, and that'll bring up Hunter Owen. So he goes the other way. So the Saints have kind of shifted the rotation a little bit. And Mario Sanchez, who started the opener, was scheduled to piggyback, I believe, tomorrow anyways. As the 2-man in a truck instant replay there, you see Mitchell going the other way. But he will now get the start tomorrow. First pitch. In the dirt, backhanded scoop by Godoy. It's 1 ball, no strikes. In the bottom of the 7th, Saints will go 2-3-4. Lewis, Cave, and Garlick. Do not believe there is anyone throwing in the bullpen for Indianapolis, so we'll see a 7th inning from DeYoung. The 1-0. Skied in the air down the right field line. Garlick peeking. And that's going to fall foul onto the warning track up into the seats. Count stays 1 ball, or count goes to 1 ball, 1 strike.
Long way to go for that, but I think he was surprised that it did hit on the dirt there of the warning track in foul territory. The wind playing kind of tricks there. There you
I
go.
think
Yeah,
he lost it, yeah.
Didn't
he
see
never
it.
saw it.
Yep.
Hands go up.
Would have been a tremendous catch
Yeah.
anyway, as far as he had to go.
And looked up into the night sky, maybe into the lights that ball was, and just never saw it. Again, that is a scary feeling for a fielder when they look up and they don't see it. They're not sure where the ball's going to be. Instead of throw over to first. Saw Jose Miranda have that happen to him a couple of times in Louisville. One time it fell in for a double off the bat of former St. Paul Saint JT Riddle. Slider down low, 2 balls, 1 strike. Jordan Gore, who started off as a hitter for the Twins, actually hit fairly well to begin his career. It's not like his numbers were terrible. 2-1 pitch. Fastball outside, snap throw down to first, and diving back safely is Cal Mitchell. 2017, in his first year, Gore hit .297. Couple homers, 20 RBI. Then in 2018, as there you see the snap throw, he hit .284. 3 homers and 40 RBI. That was between Cedar Rapids and Chattanooga. So that's high A and double A. There's nothing wrong with either of those seasons. 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, blew the fastball by him. Last year, or the last full season that he was a position player, he hit .204. Again, maybe this was in the works for a while, but man, one bad year and they're already like, yeah, you know what? You're more valuable as a pitcher to us than anything you're going to do at the bat. 3-2, runner takes off and fouled it off his foot, and that's going to be painful on a night like tonight. It's painful in general, but on a night like tonight, that's going to sting for a while. You already can't feel your extremities, and then this, right off the top of the foot, that is going to hurt.
Yikes. No way to protect that. Doesn't even have, there's guys that have the foot guards that go a little bit down the shoe there. He doesn't have that. Tough Hunter Owen.
Yeah, you're just trying to get feeling back into yourself any way you can, but probably is not going to happen because you probably didn't have any feeling to begin with. And temperature right now is 37 degrees. So
Yeah,
it's not warm.
That hurts at 47, that hurts at 57, that hurts at 87. Definitely hurts right now.
Also, it feels like 30.
Feels like that. So it doesn't even, we don't even get the full 37
No,
because of that wind.
that's right. 13-mile-an-hour wind right now to the east. Only going to pick up tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be something I don't think any of us have ever seen before, if all holds to fruition with the wind and how cold it's going to be. They may write epics about tomorrow's game. 3-2 fastball, missed inside, ball 4.
Rhyme of the ancient broadcaster. About the coldest night in St. Paul.
The weather was angry that day, my friends. Here's Jason DeLay, 0 for 2, struck out, grounded into a double play. So 2 on, 2 out. 1-0 Saints trail. We're in the 7th inning. Gore comes set and delivers. Fastball in there for a strike. You look at Gore's delivery, and he looks like a position player pitching, and then he throws 96. He doesn't have like this big-time windup. He almost looks like what you would imagine a position player delivering a baseball would, just, getting 1 or 2 chances, but then he throws 96. This one popped up on the right side, foul territory. Miranda has room and makes the catch, reaches out. Now, if you remember a year ago, there were about 2 or 3 games where Miranda had all kinds of problems on pop-ups when he was playing first base. Not here tonight. Foul out ends the inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a pair left. We go to the bottom of the seventh. Time to stretch in the first peanut toss of the year. 1-0. Saints trail. You're tuned into the Saints baseball on the Saints Broadcast Network. Here's your game summary. Not a whole lot of offense. This is it. Rodolfo Castro got one pitch to handle from Cole Sands and delivered it over the right field wall. This nice 1-4-3 double play. Well, this guy has been the story. Chase DeYoung, who has been on point tonight. 6 strikeouts, nary a hit. He has walked 2. Jermaine Palacios in the third, Jay Cave in the fourth. Royce Lewis will lead it off. First pitch on the way, and the curveball missed inside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. 68 pitches for DeYoung tonight. 1 ball and no strikes to count. He went 72 in his first start. Fouled back to the screen, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. So you got to imagine somewhere in that 80 to 85 pitch mark. They try to extend him out a little bit more. So you would imagine if he went 72 in start 1, he's probably around 80, 85 tonight. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count. Good breaking ball, dropped the curve in there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Guy allowed just 1 run in his last start on 4 hits against Omaha. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Dropped the breaking ball in there and down on strikes. Goes Lewis. So 1 down. That's strikeout number 8. Here it is again. There's the curve. And here is Jay Cave. 7-game hitting streak for him. He has hit in every game that he has played. First pitch, big swing and a miss. No balls, 1 strike.
It's been great mixing of pitches, just like the veteran that Chase DeYoung is, like you would expect. Never too heavy for too long on fastball or breaking ball.
Check that, I said 6-game hitting streak. He's played in 6 of the 7 games the Saints have played in. That one misses for ball 1. Again, it is a 1-0 game. This one's far from over, despite the fact the Saints have yet to collect a hit, the 1-1. Upstairs, 2 balls, 1 strike.
Cole Sands very good, made that 1 mistake. First pitch, no less. Turned into the solo home run.
2-1. Change in there for a strike. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Side to side successful for DeYoung today too, working both the outside on the to a left-handed hitter, close to the left-handed right-handed batter's box. Both sides of the plate, he tried to say.
Swing and a miss on the off-speed away, and there are 2 away, and it seems like he's getting stronger as this one goes along. Strikeout number 9. And here's Kyle Garlick. I mean, you got a guy on the mound that's got 24 games in the big leagues. Last year pitched in 9 games for the Pirates, a .577 ERA. Been around since 2012. First pitch in the breaking ball. In there for a called strike, and it's 0-1.
1 off his career high in strikeouts. Struck out 10 Iowa Cubs last year, the most recent time he's done that.
0-1. Breaking ball down in the dirt, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 times in his career, he has started a game. Or I should say 2 times in his career, he has not given up a hit in an outing. Both of them were out of relief. One was a 2-inning performance and one was a 5-inning performance. The 1-1. Slider downstairs, laid off, 2 balls, 1 strike on Garlick. In that 5-inning relief appearance, came back on July 24, 2015 at Inland Empire. When he was with Rancho Cucamonga, he struck out 9. 2-1. Hit sharply to short, 1 hop. Cruz has it, takes his time, throws to first, and the Saints go quietly into the 7th inning, and they still do not have a hit. We are through 7. Saints down 1-0. You're tuned into Saints baseball on the Saints Broadcast Network. The Nitro Circus, good, bad, and rad. Coming to CHS Field on Sunday, July 24th. Come watch this wild crew of action sports heroes fuse tricks, fails, and comedic moments to create not just a show, but an attitude. This new tour is driven by unbelievable content, new athletes, and crazy contraptions like a flying lawnmower that fuel the sketchy, scary, and cringeworthy dangers of big air action and sports entertainment. Tickets available at nitrocircus.com. Good, bad, and rad, which may be the description for this game here tonight as Vladimir Pinto takes over.
Pinto 2 games, 1-0, has not allowed a run, 4 innings, 3 hits, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts.
First pitch fastball, fouled back 0-1. Jordan Gore, 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 walk. So he gets his first goose egg appearance at AAA. Ji-Hwan Bae, 1 for 2. Infield single off the glove of Cole Sands in the 3rd inning and struck out. Fastball at 94 in there for a strike, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. A run on 4 hits for Indianapolis. Nothing, nothing, and nothing for the Saints in the 3 columns up there. Telling you earlier that last year the Saints were notably achieved in Iowa. So that went downstairs for ball 1 and 2. It was in the first game of a doubleheader. And the game was scoreless going into the bottom of the 7th inning. Doubleheaders in minor league baseball go 7 innings. And the Cubs walked it off in the bottom of the 7th, so they didn't even get to celebrate the quote-unquote notable achievement. Now, again, you've heard me say that on a number of occasions, notably achieved. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball right side towards the hole to his left as Robertson fields, throws, and Miranda cannot hang on to it. Stuck the glove out and tried to pull it back so his Bae wouldn't run into him. And we shall wait and see how that one will be scored.
Bae paid for that one too, as he got that one off the handle of the bat to roll it out to second. And that just a little short arm.
Yeah.
It was wide.
Yeah. I think he's trying to keep the foot on the bag, maybe. It was a little bit of a wide throw. It's going to be an error, I think rightfully so. E3, I would imagine. I didn't see if they scored it on. It was an error. First pitch, fouled off. Back to the screen. And they're going to go E4 on Robertson. Well, here's Swaggerty. But back to what I was saying. So, in the annals of Major League Baseball, who had never had to deal with 7-inning games until they shortened their doubleheaders over the last couple of years, Madison Bumgarner threw the no-hitter. Major League Baseball came out and said, not a no-hitter, it's a notable achievement. I used this argument last year as a runner goes, pitches a pitch out, throw down a second, not in time, caroms off of Royce Lewis, kicks behind him, not far enough for Bae to go anywhere. So it is a stolen base, his 4th of the season. But my rationale is simple. Here's your 2 men in a truck instant replay. And Bae had that one stolen easily. Does Major League Baseball recognize what Madison Bumgarner did as a shutout?
Yes, they did.
So then how can you not call it a no-hitter? How is it you can call it one thing but not call it another? It makes 0 sense to me. I do not understand that logic. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. And this one popped up on the left side. Moving over Palacios. He's got room. Warning track. And that one spun back, and he can't come up with it. Spun back away from him. That wind blowing left to right. And blew that one away from Palacios. Watch this again. He thought he had that, and that wind pushed that back the other way. Made it a difficult play, and Palacios looks up to the skies, upset at himself for that one.
It was very difficult there. Once you end up with your back to home plate, it's coming back over you. The wind still nearly grabbed it. Not easy to do.
This one ground to the right side. Miranda has it. He'll take it to the bag on the play. Bay goes to third. 3 unassisted, but they move a runner 90 feet away for O'Neal Cruz. It was 0 for 3. And look, if I'm wrong about this argument, I would love for someone to come and tell me the reason why it is okay to call it a shutout, but not a no-hitter. You can designate it as a 7-inning no-hitter if you want, which is what a lot of teams in minor league baseball do. They differentiate
Absolutely.
between the 7-inning and a 9-inning no-hitter. That's fine. Infield in, ground ball towards short, fielded by Lewis. He's going to come to the plate. The throw is not in time. They're going to say that he never tagged him. And Godoy is furious right now. The umpire never made a call. Bay recognized that, went back to the plate. Well, we're going to have to get another look at this one. Here it is again. Let's see if he touches him.
It's a good throw.
Gets him. Here comes the slide. Tough to tell there. Definitely never touched the plate, so that part of the call is right. Hard to tell if Godoy.
He's showing the baseball. That's what he would thought was going to be the issue if he held on to it.
Tough to tell on that if he tagged him or not. And the call was it neither touched the plate nor tagged him, so it's a fielder's choice. It allows the run to score. Here it is again. I don't think he got him.
Ooh, might have hit that hand. Did they high five with the glove and the loose left hand of Ji-Hwan Bae?
After the tag, after the swipe through.
Right here, goes up.
You might be right.
Got him. His hand moved.
I'd like to take a look at that from the first angle if I could.
Look
The
at
very
the
first
hand?
one, yeah, to see if we can see the hand. That's a great pickup by you. Either way, it's a fielder's choice and an RBI. Makes it 2-0. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. We'll see if we can get him to look at it. Breaking ball low, 2 balls, no strikes. Got that first look? I mean, it
Gets a
certainly
little
looks
screened,
like him,
yeah.
right?
But it looks
it's
like
tough.
his hand goes up, right?
Yeah,
Why else
yeah,
would
yeah,
his
yeah.
hand just...
See, because his hand is going down.
And then it
oh, yeah, for
ricochets up. He
sure.
got him.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Got him on the hand.
Yeah, no doubt. Physics will tell you. Is that one right?
Yeah, for sure.
That one skips through Godoy.
And it's rough because Godoy, if he just stands up in front of the plate and he sees the guy diving back, he probably tags him. But he's looking back at the home plate umpire to show him the baseball.
You always know as a player, because the umpire's got to make a call one way or the other. And if he doesn't, you know that neither the plate was touched nor a tag was made in the eyes of the umpire. But I think you're right. I think he gets the hand. 3-1 pitch. Fouled off. Can we get one more look at that again from that first angle? Watch the hand come down and come right back up. He goes to swipe the tag. He doesn't get him on the backside, but watch the hand. It's going down and immediately comes back up.
Yep.
3-2. Just missed upstairs, ball 4 to Castro. So first and second for Mason Martin. That's a tough one. Sidney Bayo going out to the mound, but yeah, it definitely got the hand. Again, physics just tells you right? The
And that
hand is
wasn't-
going down. It wasn't like he did like a swim move or anything to get around. That hand was going down the whole way.
Right. Strong throw, though. Infield in. Royce Lewis. Ball hit right to him, so that was his play, and he put it right on the plate. Good block with that back left foot for Godoy. The tag not evident enough for Taka Matsuda.
I'd like to see actually where Matsuda's looking at that point, because you're looking for that initial tag,
Yep.
right? And then you're not necessarily, and that's what makes it hard.
And at the plate,
Yeah,
right? To
yeah.
see if some
That's what
part
makes
of
it hard,
Bay-
is you're not necessarily looking at that swipe through.
Yep.
You look at that initial, and I'm guessing. Yeah, one more look at this. Watch.
Matsuda's head.
Yeah, watch that hand. Well, he kind of looks back, but watch the hand. Goes, and boom, right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely gets the hand there. That's a good catch by you. I didn't see that initially, and on that swipe through.
It is easy to see. I mean, it's a human down there. You can only look one place.
First pitch, breaking ball in there for a strike on what was a very short discussion between Toby Gardenhire and Matsuda. No balls, one strike the count on Martin. Fastball outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Now, I'll say this much. Toby Gardenhire's got a few in his back pocket this season. He didn't feel like using one there. Good pitch. Just missed down low or checked up. Did not go. 2 balls and a strike.
Then you saw the Godoy reaction, and
Yeah.
there's 2 people in the ballpark that knew right away it was a tag, because he's going to feel it. It hit hard enough.
Yeah.
Sometimes if it's a glancing blow, you might be wishing a little bit more that you might have got him on the heel, wish more than fact.
Runner goes. Pitch is a little upstairs. It's a stolen base.
Yeah, Godoy definitely felt that, so that's why he knew there was a tag, and if it wasn't an immediate touch of the plate the first time through.
Well, and give Bay a lot of credit, though, because he realized no call was made.
Right.
And so he had the presence of mind to get up. He looked around. By the way, 3rd stolen base for Cruz. Three balls, 1 strike. The count on Mason Martin. 0 for 3. Pinto ready and deals. Fastball in there. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Again, it scored a fielder's choice and an RBI. Cruz does not get a base hit. But he does pick up the RBI. His 3rd of the season. 3-2. Foul it back to the screen.
I don't think we were going to get to see it anyway, as far as Chase DeYoung going back out there for an 8th inning. We certainly aren't now, with as cold as it is and as long as this inning's taking. They do have Austin Bryce, who's jogging in the pen down there.
No, but he's not throwing,
I think
though, right?
he had been.
Had he?
I think
Okay.
he might be warm and now trying to stay warm, but I could be wrong.
We're going to start jogging up here in the booth.
Yeah.
3-2. Drilled down the right field line. The fair, it's going to be trouble. It is fair and up against the wall. Cruz will score. Castro to 3rd. He's going to be held. It's a double for Mason Martin. And it is now 3-0. So Mason Martin got a pitch he could handle on the 2-man-in-a-truck instant replay.
Yeah, drove that one down. They were shading him towards left or right center. So too far to go for Garlick to even cut that one off from the wall, and an easy 2 bases.
So here is Kanan Smith and Najigba. Infield in. First pitch fouled back at 96, and it's no balls, 1 strike. So Indianapolis cashing in with a pair of runs here. That doubled the first hit of the inning. The error proves to be costly as that one over for a strike. And it's 0-2. Infielders all around, blowing into their hands, putting it in their back pockets, just trying to keep them warm. 2-strike pitch. Chopper to left side, 3rd baseman. Palacios has to go in and out of his glove there, but holding at third or scampering back to third was the runner Castro. That was interesting because,
You'd have had that easily.
yeah, Palacios had that scored out.
I think even if Palacios fields that cleanly, he's not coming home. And it seemed like a good break on the pitch for Castro. That one was hit too slowly. That was the saving grace of the ball hit to Royce Lewis that started all of this. It was right at him and hard. The runner going on contact gave him a chance at the plate.
First pitch, breaking ball for a strike. No balls, one strike. And the weather here feels like temperature at 29 degrees as we get to 8:40. That's why you look at the next 2 days. We talk about the weather. It is a high of 38 the next 2 days. That is a high. Means by game time, you're probably going to be in the mid-30s and then dropping fast, especially tomorrow. Tomorrow's feels like weather is going to be in the low 20s. This one lined towards right field. Garlick backing up. It's going to be over his head. One hops the wall. 2 runs will score. On his way to second is Mitchell. He slides in safely. It's 5-0. So a 2-run double by Cal Mitchell. And a 4-run 8th inning is pushed this game to a 5-0 lead.
So he got up and just kept going. That win, no doubt a part of it for Garlick. Looked like he was going to track it down just shy of the warning track, but it hits midway up the digital scoreboard out there in right field.
So here is Hunter Owen, the 8th man to come to the plate. Now, you know, at the beginning I said that the conditions are the same for both teams, but they are not necessarily the same for, let's say, the starting pitcher versus the guy in the 8th inning. Fastball cut on a miss, right? A little warmer, even by a handful of degrees, makes such a big difference.
We talked about it yesterday. We always talk about starting and temperature records at first pitch. How about last pitch?
0-1, fastball cut on missed, 0-2.
That's when things start to get really dicey on the temperature side of things. That said, we're going to do tomorrow's game from outside, right? That's when we're finally going to do one from the berm.
No balls, 2 strikes to count. Ground ball back up the middle. To his right is Robertson. Backhand sets, throws, and got him, and that'll end the inning. Nice little play to end the inning, but it is a 4-run inning on 2 hits, 1 error, and they leave 1. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Saints down 5-0. You're tuned into Saints Baseball on the Saints Broadcast Network. Now you can keep your great ballpark conversations going by following the Saints on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Visit the Saints Facebook page on Twitter and Instagram by searching St. Paul Saints for the latest news, promotions, prize giveaways, and photos. Join in the fun by sharing your best game photos with us. Bottom of the 8th inning, no hitter going for Indianapolis, and yes, we will get a new pitcher. It'll be the right-hander, Austin Bryce.
Making his first appearance with Indianapolis this season. Austin Bryce, first appearance of the year. Last year between Boston and Worcester. At AAA Worcester, 26 appearances, 3-0 with a 3.27 ERA. Bryce, the right-hander, 29 years old, 6'4", 238 pounds. And he's got MLB time all the way back to 2016, a total of 140 games, all but 1 in relief for Bryce. 155 career MLB strikeouts and 162 innings pitched.
Well, down the road today, we talked about how Clayton Kershaw was perfect through 7. How many pitches did Clayton Kershaw throw today?
80.
Today, 10.5 miles away, Chase DeYoung, 7 no-hit innings. How many pitches did he throw?
80.
There you go. That's the magic number. First pitch swinging. Fouled left side, out of play by Mark Contreras, 0-1. 80 pitches. Early in the season seems to be the cutoff. Chase DeYoung, 7 no-hit innings, 2 walks, and 9 strikeouts. So if you're going to follow the script from down the road, Daniel Robertson breaks up the no-hitter. The 0-1 pitch. High and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. That was the second batter of the 8th inning that broke up the perfect game. One ball and 1 strike the count on Contreras. Swing and a miss on the fastball away, 1-2. Right now, Indianapolis 6 outs away from a no-hitter. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. The pitch, fouled it back, and the count stays 1 ball and 2 strikes. Saints haven't really been close to a hit, to be honest with you. Trying to think of any ball that was close to a base hit. She had the ball hit by Miranda that was destined for center field that went off the glove of DeYoung, ricocheted to second as the slider down and in ball 2, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes the count. On Mark Contreras. Fastball outside, 3 balls, 2 strikes. I am sure in the lengthy history of the Indianapolis Indians, which is like over 100 years, they have a no-hitter in their franchise. 3-2, ground ball to the right side into the shift. Cruz, shortstop over on the second base side, fields and throws to first for out number 1. Steve Linsenmeyer informing me that Wichita has 2 hits tonight.
Tough day down on the farm.
Yeah. Now this is the guy that breaks it up if you're going to mirror what happened at Target Field today. And second guy in the 8th inning. Robertson 0 for 2, as is everybody 0 for. Only guys that have reached Palacios on a 3rd inning walk, Cave on a 4th inning walk. Slider outside, ball 1, 1-0. Really, there has not been a spectacular play made in the field. There has not been a ball that looked like it was going to bleed somewhere. A guy had to dive for it. Fastball for a strike, and it's 1-1. It was just a very well pitched game by Chase DeYoung. 1 ball, 1 strike. Way outside, 2 balls and a strike. 5 runs on 6 hits for Indianapolis. I doubt there was any lobbying by DeYoung to stay in the ball game, especially this early in the season. 2-1. Fastball catches the outside corner, 2-2. Toby Gardenhire alluded to this when we were in Louisville. He said, look, you get up on a team when it starts to get very cold and you've mentally taken them out of the game because all they're thinking about is finishing the game, getting inside, and being warm. 2-2. Got him looking. Outside corner at the knees, 2 down. 10th strikeout of the ball game for Indianapolis pitchers, and the Saints are 4 outs away from being no hit. Looking for in-depth news and entertainment about your favorite team? Join us during each home game at 1 o'clock Tuesday through Saturday, 11 o'clock for Sunday. For a unique Saints Facebook Live pregame show, you can join Lee Adams and J.W. Cox, myself, every once in a while for everything you ever wanted to know about Saints baseball and more. Go to the Saints Facebook page at St. Paul Saints. Nobody on, 2 outs. Here's Derek Fisher, left-hand hitter. First pitch fastball, down and in, 1-0.
Last time the Indians went 8 innings no hit. And it's listed under their complete games in their media guide, so obviously something must have happened to make that the complete game. Justin Wilson in 2012 against Charlotte.
1-0. Fastball outside, 2 balls, no strikes.
Last 9-inning no-hit performance. May 15th, 2005, Ian Snell. No-hit Norfolk.
I've heard of him.
Walked a batter, struck out 9.
2-0. Down and in. So last time it happened, it was a complete game. 1 pitcher, no hitter.
Good point.
This one will not be.
Good point. That could also mean I could be missing multi-pitcher efforts the way these are listed.
3 balls, no strikes to count. In the air, down the right field line. Mitchell giving chase. He dives, and there's your play of the game to hold on to the no-hitter through 8. You look for that one play, and Cal Mitchell came up with it. Preserves the no-hitter. We go to the 9th. 5-0 Indianapolis. You're tuned into Saints Baseball. Saints Broadcast Network. Grab your phone, download the Saints app. The App Store or Google Play. Keep up to date with all the latest news, stats, and information for the 2022 season. Plus, use your app at the ballpark for in-game trivia and earn points to spend on rewards at the end of the season. Search ST Paul Saints. Get started today. 9th inning we go. 5-0. You were looking for the play of the night to preserve the no-hitter, and you got one. Diving play in right field by Cal Mitchell, and Ryan Mason will take over for the Saints.
Second appearance, 1 inning, 1 run, 2 walks and a strikeout.
This one fouled up along first. Well, we did get Shane Ryder, the great media guy for Indianapolis, letting me know that there have been 14 no-hitters in Indians history. The last one was the one you found on August the 9th, 2012. It was an 8-inning rain-shortened no-hitter. That one in there for a strike. And he's got a great, interesting note. None of the 14 have been against St. Paul. And you say, well, of course not. The Saints have been around for 1 year. But you got to remember, back in the 50s, 40s and 50s, St. Paul had a AAA team. But none of them have been against St. Paul. But there was one in 1959. Gary Peters threw a no-hitter, 9 innings against Minneapolis. I do not know if that was, I think it was in Indianapolis, but he does not specify if it was in Indianapolis or in Minneapolis. That one bounced in the dirt by Mason, 3-2. The Saints, again, in their first year as a AAA affiliate, 7-inning no-hitter in Iowa, the 3-2. Shot foul over the Saints dugout. Three balls and 2 strikes to count. Ground ball right side, 2 hops. Miranda takes to the bag. There's 1 down. Delay is retired, not wanting to delay the bottom of the 9th inning.
Someday the Twin Cities will get their revenge for all of these no-hit innings against their AAA clubs.
One down for Jiwon Bay. And somebody called time. Jose Godoy hurt himself? It looked like he might have, I don't know what he did. Toby Gardenhire out there to talk to him. Allison Souza went out there as well, but Godoy says, I'm good. I'm just cold.
I put the hat on for the first time.
I see that. Nicely done. This one fouled back out of play.
I don't know if you've ever watched a playoff football game, but, you know, if you have, you've heard the fact that you lose the heat through your head, right? I always talk about that.
I feel okay right now. I'm not going to lie to you.
I started to get,
Okay.
like, I felt the cool coming in through the window.
Inside corner for a strike, and it's 0-2. Again, we're nowhere to complain, especially where the rest of these people are at around here. There you are.
Oh, hey.
There you go. That's a good look.
Yeah, that's the hat. It's a Voyager hat, you know.
I like it.
Yeah, Minnesota.
Downstairs, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tomorrow may be a different story up here.
Be bundled up.
Yeah.
More bundled, multiple layers.
I have it
brought
on my
one.
bag. Yeah, I did.
You just didn't put it on
brought
yet.
My hat's right here. I did not
He
put
has
it
it.
on. Grounded foul. It's my 2019 American Association champion.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you went Jose Miranda with it. You went over the headset. That's good. I like it. It makes your head look gigantic.
That's right.
A lot of knowledge in there.
1-2 pitch. Just missed upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I'm good without it, to be honest with you.
I've warmed up considerably just putting it
Putting
on.
on
So
that?
I like it.
You're layered up a little bit, right? You got a little jacket
I
on.
got 1 layer. Yeah.
2 balls, 2 strikes to count.
It's an interesting feeling because it's warm behind us because, yeah, we have the heater on, but the cool coming in through the window kind of alternates.
3 balls, 2 strikes. That one missed outside. Story of this one, though. Saints have been no hit through 8 innings. Question is, will it be finished off in the 9th? 3-2, late on it, got fooled. Down on strikes he goes. Out number 2. If you're looking ahead to the bottom of the 9th, and, well, you should be, because the Saints are going to have to bat, they will send up Palacios, Godoy, and Jose Miranda. Should anyone get on, Royce Lewis will be the batter.
Well placed by Mason there inside with the fastball, too, so he was late and couldn't quite get the hands in far enough.
Pitch to Swaggerty's downstairs for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. There is activity out in the bullpen. Yuri De Los Santos. Popped him up on the left side. Drifting over is Palacios. On the grass, backpedaling, makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. All right, hold on tight. Chase DeYoung, 7 innings of no-hit baseball. Austin Bryce, 1 inning. Can Yuri De Los Santos finish it off for Indianapolis? To the bottom of the 9th we go. Saints being no hit, down 5-0. You're tuned into Saints Baseball on the Saints Broadcast Network. Bottom of the 9th inning, and the story is right there on the screen. The Saints have yet to collect a hit. They've had 2 base runners tonight, both by way of the walk. Jermaine Palacios in the 3rd, Jake Cave in the 4th, and Yuri De Los Santos will try to finish off the no-hitter.
Well, he hasn't given up a hit yet this season. 3 innings, no hits, 4 strikeouts, no walks, nada. 2 games, does have a save in his only save opportunity. So 3 innings, 0 ERA. Last year, just 4 games at AAA Indianapolis. Also did not give up a run. Only gave up 2 hits.
So 8-9-1. By the way, the no-hitter against Minneapolis in 1959 was in Indianapolis at what is Old Victory Field, most recently known as Busch Stadium. Not obviously that Busch Stadium, but that closed in 1996. Thanks a lot to Shane for letting us know as the first pitch fastball misses outside for ball 1, 1-0. Palacios has walked and struck out. Indianapolis has come into St. Paul and made a statement. This one driven towards the gap in left center field. Smith Najigba coming on. He'll make the catch. Hung up a little bit too long. And there is 1 down.
Yeah, off the bat, I certainly thought that was getting to the gap and going to go to the wall and end all this no-hitter talk. But it did hang up, and Jigba got a good jump and was able to pick this one up waist high on the move in that gap.
Here is Jose Godoy. just joined the team. And he has an opportunity to try and break up the no-hitters. He fouls off the fastball. No balls, 1 strike. Couple of good swings over the last 2 now, probably 3 batters if you take the end of the 8th inning. No balls and 1 strike the count on Godoy. Fastball at the knees, no balls, 2 strikes. Saints dugout thought that one was low. No balls and 2 strikes the count. The pitch. Got him looking, and there are 2 away.
Nasty.
And so Indianapolis 1 out away from finishing off this no-hitter. Here it is again, the 2-minute truck instant replay.
Yeah, it just rips across the letters right there. Nothing Godoy could do.
So it's up to Jose Miranda to try and break this up. 0 for 3, the first pitch. In the dirt, ball 1, 1-0.
Well, DeYoung did it throughout the game, stayed away early from Miranda, not giving him anything to hit early in the at-bats over the plate. See that again here in the 9th.
The 1-0. Down and away, 2 balls, no strikes. It's a little different when you're a reliever coming in. I mean, I'm sure you're aware of what's going on. How can you not be? But you're fresh, you feel good, but the pressure as well to try and preserve this. Not wanting to let down DeYoung and Bryce. 2-0. On the outside corner with the breaking ball, 2-1.
3 breaking balls, just trying to live out there on the outer half. That one, his catcher delay kind of was able to drag it back to the black.
Saints had never played a game in April before. 5-inning rain shortened one last night, and potentially no hit tonight. They are not a fan of April baseball in this ballpark. That one missed down and in for ball 3, 3-1. If he gets aboard, Lewis is on deck. The 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's 3-2.
First fastball he saw, and it was well placed, low and away.
Indianapolis 1 strike away from completing the no-hitter. 3 balls and 2 strikes to count on Miranda. The payoff pitch. Got him looking, and it is complete. The no-hitter for Indianapolis as the Saints fail to collect a hit. And it is a 3-pitcher no-hit performance tonight for the Indianapolis Indians. Their 15th in franchise history, the first since 2012. And for the St. Paul Saints as a AAA franchise, it is the first time they have ever been no-hit for 9 innings, and that's the way it ends. A little 2-seam cut back over the outside corner. Miranda thought it was off the plate, and the Saints are no-hit tonight, and they lose by a final score of 5-0.
Well, you look at this, and yesterday you said, well, 5 innings, the bats never really got going. You just hack at it again tomorrow. Well, the tomorrow came, and Chase DeYoung came with it, and he was masterful, mixing his pitches, nothing too overpowering. He did have a good fastball throughout, but it was more the location. We talked about side to side to help keep the hitters off balance through his 7 innings of work, and then 2 pretty easy as you please late inning performances out of the bullpen for Austin Bryce and Yuri De Los Santos, picking up where DeYoung left off. 9 strikeouts for him, 3 more from the relievers, so the Saints end up with no hits and strike out 12 times in this game. And as you said, there was the thrilling play to end the 8th inning. Obviously, that was a good one made by Cal Mitchell to preserve the no-hitter there. Hard hit ball to start this 9th inning. But outside of Miranda grounding out to a 1-4-3 because it was right up the middle, not even a lot of good contact on a baseball. Just a dominating performance from DeYoung and company. And the Saints, well, it's going to get colder tomorrow, so you can't dwell on that, but just have to get the bats going again.
Yeah, and look, congratulations to Indianapolis. I mean, I get it. We broadcast for the St. Paul Saints, but anytime you can see something special happen, it really does deserve a congratulations.